Blessed love to each and every one. Give thanks for your presence. Give thanks for the Sabbath upcoming. What a joy. Glorify Emperor Haile Selassie I. Give thanks to Prophet, Priest, and King, Father, Son, and Holy One. Yet it is a joy. Another edition of Chalice Talk is here with you. And I'm just putting my chalwat together with some high grade, definitely. Going to blaze up one of our chalices from the man Medi. You know, Medi, our brethren right here in Antigua. And in fact, interesting, we're going to have a wonderful chalice talk today. We have three mighty brethren that should be coming in. We have the Honorable Prophet Daniel with us, who is also a master chalice builder as well. In fact, some of the chalices that you would get from us come straight from the manja Daniel himself. And of course, he is the owner and producer of R7 Productions, for sure. What's the right name of the R7 Designs? Yes, R7 Designs. So he'll be here with us. We have the man Ija Star as well, man Prophet Jeff from Ija Star Mindset, and all the way from Trinidad we'll be having Prophet Sheldon with us, and we will be speaking all things Bobo Shanti and the future. That is definitely our reasoning this evening going into the Sabbath. So it's going to be a joy. This is Chalice Talk. Get your chalwat together. As we said already, if you do not have your chalice, what you need to do is definitely order your chalwa. You can contact iprecisa27@gmail.com and you could definitely set your order. In fact, all of these chalices you're gazing at here, these were produced by the said Honorable Prophet Daniel as well, talking about R7 Designs. And let me just give you a quick word. You can contact the Honorable Prophet Daniel directly too. He's also on Facebook as Ja Daniel as well, so you could definitely link him up there. And as I said, you could also contact we have chalices that are made here in Antigua. The good brethren, he's in the USA. So wherever you are internationally and you need a chalwa, you shouldn't be running and trying to figure it out. You could definitely contact us right here on Chalice Talk and you will get your chalice. So the next time we come and sit with you, you should be blazing your cup because it is Chalice Talk. And definitely we're going to be having a wonderful sit down this evening. In fact, I'm just going to look and see if the good brothers are already in the room. Or before I go there, let's not forget that we're going into a brand new lecture series that will be beginning next Saturday evening, the 24th of July, 2021. This one is entitled The Living Gods of Kemet. What did I say? The Living Gods of Kemet. A three-part lecture. The first part will be dealing with Tutankhamun and Akhenaten. This is a free online lecture. Part 1 and Part 2, free online lecture. You can see it live on the YouTube. As I said, that's Saturday the 24th. We will start at 7 p.m. sharp. You understand? And it is something you should be looking forward to, something I know you will full joy. Make sure you link us on the Instagram, talking about Institute of Holistic Knowledge, and of course on Facebook, Priest Isaac, Institute of Holistic Knowledge. Wonderful. All right. So as I said, we'll be looking to go into what is known as the Chalice Talk, or let me just remind you, of course, get your young ones enrolled into the International Homeschool Cosmic classes today. For sure, you know, we offer astronomy and African heritage. For sure, you know, our classes are set out every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursdays. Remember, the classes are in video form, so they appear in your inbox. This is something that your young ones will definitely delight in. All right. So as I said, looking forward for the brethren them to come in the house and dwell with us and hold a little meditation as we go into Chalice Talk. Just give me a moment, not more than 5 seconds, and let me make sure that the brethren are here with us as we go into another realms. Black Christ, Holy Emmanuel, I, Selassie, I, Jah, Rastafari. Yes, family, blessed love once again, as promised. We definitely have the warriors them in the house. I'm still awaiting the Honorable Prophet Sheldon. Let us pray the Most High guide and protect him safely coming in. I know it is sometime with the Sabbath preparation. But let me give thanks for sure. We definitely have with us the Honorable Prophet Jah Daniel, definitely in the US, and we have the Honorable Prophet Jeff Igestar, if I'm not mistaken, with us here in the UK. Definitely all Africans in the house. It's a joy, you know, I must say, to be sitting with them, two brethren here together in one forum. And this is what it's all about. It's a mindset, you know. It's an African Liberation Network vibes. That's what we are promoting here. And it is Chalice Talk. And as I said, this evening, we are going to be talking about Bobo Shanti and the future. All things Bobo Shanti, all things futuristic. Here we are going. But because it's Chalice Talk, we're not going to really begin the talk yet until we light up and do the sacrifice properly. So while I get our meditation together, let me just give the brethren them a moment, you know, declare it and bless up the international community before we begin. So let me just go over to the African Liberation Network. As I said earlier, this is the founder and the founder of R7 Designs. Even the great poster you're looking at here is the Honorable Jah Daniel, who produced this for the Chalice Talk specifically. And again, as I said earlier, even the array of chalices you're looking at in the background, foreground, and even the painting, all done by Jah Daniel. Give thanks to the mighty warrior with us. Blessed love, Jah Daniel.
Blessed love, my Lord. Blessed love to all the viewers. Just give thanks for life, above all things. Rastafari.
Rastafari. True, my Lord. Give thanks. Give thanks. Give thanks. It done no short and sweet because we have enough to talk about. And let me just cross over again now to not cross over, but go over to the one. Prophet Jeff, of course, everyone know Prophet Jeff, definitely talking about daily knowledge coming up. I just start mindset from all different angles. If you want to know what's going on in the world, for sure, you got to tune into I just start mindset. Definitely on the YouTube and other networks. And I know before we go to bed, you will give you all the details. Honorable Prophet Jeff, blessed love to the eye.
Blessed love, my Lord. Do give thanks, you know, for life, health, and strength, and give thanks to the art of Sabbath, you know what I mean? And yeah, give thanks to I and I who they are up on the platform, my Lord. It's a great honor and a privilege still, you know?
True,
so,
my Lord.
Yes, sir. Peace and love to the world.
True, my Lord. Well, as I say, we're not even going to hold up right now. We're going to look at, for those who may not know, we're going to take a look at, you know, the Honorable King Emmanuel in flesh, who's really the founder, leader, and president of this Congress here. And as customary in Chalice Talk, you know, we definitely light up our chalices. Well, at least another host going to do that. And we take a few moments just to grow. That's really the rules of Chalice Talk for everyone. So it's not just a start the program and we talk. We take a moment to elevate and meditate and grow in the elements, pardon me, and respect the tree of life itself. And of course, the chalwa. So I'm just going to bless my chalice, blaze it up. We take in a little of the black rice, and then we go into the reason. Holy Emmanuel eyes, last Jah, Rastafari. Give thanks to the Sabbath day upcoming. Give thanks to the blessings. Give thanks for how good and how pleasant it is for brethren to dwell together in one unity. We pray the words of our mouth and the meditation of our heart be acceptable in the sight of the living eye. King Selassie, Jah, Rastafari.
You describe to me what your religion is about that you have here.
Oh, my religion is freedom, redemption, repatriation, through our one violent victory, that Ethiopia, that Africa, that Jerusalem, it's in that Sababa, Africa, our unit, there are contact, it's in Ethiopia, Crownhead, that Crownhead, and we are also defending Africa, well, kingdom, well, government, and we show why, and we Crownhead, Black Crownhead, Zion, telling the children, Israelites, the house of Israelites, of Jehovah, royal sons and daughters, with the New Jerusalem shall rise up to them in this last day of our Lord Messiah, Celestia, Rastafari, Mosiah. We are here also defending on pure modesty and pure Celestia in the moment at this time in spiritual blood. There we are, and also the word of the Honorable Mosiah Garvey, wherein the Africa, for the African, for those at home and us abroad, or where we are internationally field, where we are setting up. The Rehoboam in this time, the out of Israel, in this time, you're not going to have no government as we see at the same moment. The man with the hour shall arrive before we have a government. We are waiting now for the hour man, where Queen Elizabeth to bring up here to all nations, all people, to prove this man in the country of Jamaica. We are man in the country, individual, no one to give no trouble, and no one to trouble him because that is individual between law of our Lord. Has been said the hand the red, black and green, the red, yellow and green, 5 and star.
Would you explain that to us? What does that mean?
I mean, said when Queen Elizabeth is come here, 1966, I've been said the hand a red, yellow and green flag, a red, yellow and green, red, black and green flag also, a black flag also. And black flag represents the house of Israelites, Africa, royal sons and daughters, are in the Western world, in Jamaica and the world, at home. That's the meaning when I say so, because this flag is our king's house, and it's about to all the flag at king's house, before this man was there, Bejan was there at the time for Bejan dead. And say, when they come out and say, what is done at King's House in the middle of Majesty, the Queen, and the helper, Philip, all of them bow to the emblem, and the emblem under his coat of flag, the red, white and blue, and the red, yellow and green, red, black and green, and black and sugar and a pole, and how and other English, Mosiah.
Can you describe to us the beliefs, some of your beliefs of Bobo Shanti?
Oh, I try to talk about Shanti. I couldn't say more than talk about Shanti God, It's surprised to me say so, because the poor world was them, and them, So I could say so.
For instance, one of the things you believe in is like the Sabbath.
Oh, true. That is clear.
Explain that to me.
Well, the Sabbath day now, the feel holy, Exodus 20 and Exodus 31. Means that no one to produce such day, do no selling, and no shopping, and no fire making up, and no cutting a tool, do no tools in such day, and anyone who such day, you put it there, and for you today, and you put it there. So that is to be working upon the Sabbath, or that left in the hand of the world of people. Because you leave the commandment undone, and travel somewhere in the travel wheel. So that is the principle of the commandment when we go to the full this year, of the teacher to the volume, the full this year of our Father, about right.
Holy Emmanuel eyes. That's yeah. Rastafari. The brethren them could unmute your mic. Give thanks, family. Just listening to the voice of the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards there. There's a little bingy rocking in the background. I think them is the fingers of the Honorable Priest Daniel. Yes, talk about chief musician, Priest Daniel. Play them hits here, man. Sound like a piano. Yeah, man, real musician. Yeah, family, give thanks to the life given the keeper of life. Yeah, man, all blessings. Welcome everyone to the Tiger's Nest, you know. What a joy again. Yeah, we just got a bit of the Honorable King Emmanuel Charles Edwards there, you know, speaking. That's an interview in 1982 for those who do not know. Ones would, from time to time, ones would tell me that somebody needs to translate, you know, what the man is saying there, because, you know, either they can't understand or, you know, I was that kind of vibe, because for sure in the very early days, it was a little struggle there for myself too, as you know, the expression, you know, of the man, you know. I find the Honorable Priest Shimran very, very clean in you know, clarifying, because I still don't understand every word. Eh? I might have a good idea what the king saying, but sometimes a few words kind of escape, you know. Some people align that with prophecy and history of him with the voice of many waters, the voice on many waters, you know, the rolling thunder voice. They say when you hear Jah talk in flesh, is different than them cassette things, and so that man be watching. But give thanks still, but I know for sure, you know, in the beginning, the man asked him, what the question was? What was your religion? What is your religion about? And the man said, my religion is freedom, redemption, and international repatriation. What is that? All man go under their own violent victory. Just them levels he go on for a good while. He never really quote no scripture. I don't even think he quote a scripture in that part of the reasoning for the whole reasoning. Anything, and you know, he just like on a level where man dealing with man rights, man dealing with man justice, equal justice, and all of these different things. So hence the reasoning, my brethren. This is Chalice talk, and we freeing it up. I'm really gonna go around the table. I hope the other brethren do come in. I'm really gonna go around the table, but as we still go around, you know, feel free to come in at any time, whatever the case is, because it's reasoning, we reasoning. And I wanted to be on that level there. But now I'm saying now, the Congress going forward, we know the standard that the Black Christ has left for us. And I think, I mean, as far as a blueprint, and him said, and even as scripture would say, that greater works than these shall he do. And we must, in all honesty, admit that as a body still, or a goodie, we haven't reached to that standard yet as it relates to the greater works. So there are many different aspects, Rastafari, but Bobo Shanti I want to concentrate on. There are many different aspects of Bobo Shanti, you know, that stand out. We are a government, we are governmental, we are parliamental, we are churchical, and we are sabbatical. Them is different construct of one government. Even churchical is still a bit different than sabbatical. Because churchical is a daily thing in the Congress. Many of us as Congress members, we don't live the churchical. You know, way number one, we are away from a Congress, from an establishment. But then how many of us take up our Bibles and do our Psalms readings in the morning to the best of our ability? You know, to the best. You may not be able to hit the drum and blow the horn and do the fullness 3 times a day. I don't know. But what do you do that you can do? Because it's churchical, statical. Statical come to me. And statical sounds like governmental, but it could be still different. You know what I mean? Because I still, yes, is a government. I is a government itself. And yet still we deal with a lot of statical affairs. So these are the you know, the aspects I wanted to look at it at, you know. And again, sabbatical, that's a next level all by itself. You know, because Sabbath has so many realms to it. You know, even as Bobo Shanti, the clothes the clothesline that you hang your clothes on the Sabbath is supposed to have all that take down before 12 o'clock. I think the Sabbath is the first thing that the Father talked about on the Constitution. In the Constitution, he said, Friday shall be designated the Sabbath day, but Saturday is the Sabbath. But he just show you how important the Sabbath be. As Empress Maisie said, you start to prepare for the Sabbath as soon as the Sabbath done, Yeah, Holy Emmanuel, Selassie, Rastafari. So I gonna start with Prophet Jeffrey. As I say, not too much a question and answer, because all man, I just fueling the reasoning. But as far as Bobo Shanti and the future, where we are, where we're going, how is your outlook on it? I should ask. In any which way. It doesn't even have to be in the ways that I just came with. How do you see us as a goodie? As I just drop it on all the aspects so you could see, well, for real, it's a broad thing. And moving forward, and we know what King Emmanuel set down, how you gauge it, my Lord.
Yes. My Lord, Honorable. Give thanks again for the platform, my Lord, and give thanks again for and Father and Mother of creation. Give thanks to the Black Prophet, Marcus Mosiah. Give thanks to the Black Christ in flesh. Holy Emmanuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. Is a great question, if it's a question still. Which part from where we are come from to which part we there now? I don't even know. I know it's a freedom still, but if I ever start to really talk some of the things that we really want to talk, it probably gonna cause you have to take down this one and put it up. But we forward a long way, a far way, and I think that we could doing much better than which part with the right now still. Seeing I don't think we're anywhere great at this point in time. When we know some of the internal issues that we have as a Congress. You know what I mean? Some of the things them we probably not go able to reason upon the platform, yes, so seeing, but I and I know where we stand as a Congress, you know what I mean, and we should be doing much better, far better, seeing, than what we are doing now. The man said that the least is precious still, you see, so we give thanks to the little, and we give thanks to everyone where I do what they can. See, because that is imperative. Is when you're not doing nothing, it become, it come away. But give thanks to the little still. But as a Congress, I feel say we can do much better. There is enough brothers and sisters within the Congress that are, very intellectual on different levels, seeing where, we could progress as a Congress. I don't think we're progressing. I don't think we're progressing. You know what I mean? And we should be, because we have all the we have the blueprint then, or the black print then.
Yeah, see, I like that, the black print. Yeah, that's all.
We have the black print of what Marcus Garvey laid down in the beginning, Zine, because we say black supremacy in righteousness of salvation, and Marcus Garvey was that black Pan-Africanist where you know, walk black, talk black, eat black, dress black. You know what I mean? So we have that self-reliance that Marcus shows as a people. See? And then when we came to Dada now, Dada shows another level of self-reliance. Even if Marcus did speak on a theoretical level, then Dada come with the practical side of it by building the broom, building the mat, the slanders, and all these things to show you say, yeah, we not have to depend on anyone. We can be self-sufficient and progress as any other organization. Then let's put it as that. But we as on a collective level, I not see the Congress progressing. I don't see the Congress progressing. You know what I mean? And we should be progressing. You know what I mean? We should be progressing because, you know, globally.
But we know you agree that it's all of us still, yeah?
Yeah, man, it's all I and I, man. That's why I refer as the Congress. You know, so it's all I and I who, you know, is a part of the Congress, whether you're crown or you're not crown. Marcus Garvey said born and unborn. So, you know what I mean? Right across the board, my lord.
Because, you know, even something, my lord, glorified. Because you know, they rightfully say, you know, I mean, this is not a forum for anything to be said as such, you know, but even just the idea of three Bobo man sitting together on a worldwide network saying something, that alone is going to cause a vibe. It's just natural. I mean, no matter what, just believe me, you know, especially speaking of Congress issues, but really what it is just a forum that we're creating for the discussion. You know, this is not as if it's like, you know, calling 462 and 5555 and anybody jump in and chat anything. You know, we are adults here, you know, and we know exactly what we have to mitigate out to the people and what is for behind the curtains. And there's nothing at all wrong with us gathering together, you know, to speak to the nation, especially a lot of youths, you know, citing this order here and seeking for a better understanding and reality. To be honest, we don't want to bring them into the soap opera at all, you know, it's just about the work and, you know, the mission, as I say, the black print, you know, as far as it goes, you know. But if I could ask Honorable Prophet Jah Daniel still to even, you know, step in with a word as what ones would refer to as a youth. And even my lord, even there is stepping on my platform, you know. I don't know why every time I come on my platform, it is some sort of row over the eye presence and whatever it is that the eye has to say. But yeah, the word has come to me, and you know, I would advise ones to careful what they say. You know, things that's come to, you know, recording and so, you know, recording, you know, of ones who don't know whoever in the room with them recording them live. I can clearly tell you. So the thing dread on a level too. But I'm just saying now, as a youth, you are actually like you're like the chief engineer and many other things as it relates to the last 6 seminars that went out from the Africa Rastafari new faculty of overstanding in this time. Well put together, my lord. And I know you are a big part of gathering all the guests that came and speak about Rastafari issues across the board. And many things were covered, nothing even close to what we're talking about here, all the different aspects on 6 different occasions. So it's obvious that you are a soldier on the battlefield. So that is why I know you would have something to say. As I said, we're not, as I said, we know that King Emmanuel is the Christ. Let me put it that way. And he said that greater works than him we shall do. We have some great works to do. Marcus Mosiah Garvey called how many people without Facebook, without internet and no views and all of these different things. So this is why I'm saying here now, as a youth, what I would put forward as I going forward as Bobo Shanti, from your perspective, and not just a youth, you know, I well seasoned in it and have touched base with many different aspects that one's never touched base with in this Congress. What you would say as us going forward to the future?
Well, I would say we have to really like identify what is the EABIC and what is a Bobo Shanti? What are we doing? You know, is Nyabingi order the fullness of our liberty? Is it wearing the clothes? Is it the titles? Is it, you know, like it's a lot, you know what I mean? It's principles, it's an order, it's a church. Like you said, it's 5 different things: a church, state, parliament, Congress, and Sabbath, you know? So all of us should be functioning in every, you know, area. And we have enough technology that even during COVID, it's like there's so much that we could do remotely that we don't even have to travel. Like before, there was no priest unless they were crowned and made a priest in Jamaica. You know what I mean? But nowadays you can be crowned a priest in a lot of different places. And, you know, there's information that's available that we could be, like, say they used to put together a lot of pamphlets back in the day. Nowadays, I mean, you don't even have to print the stuff. You could just even make e-pamphlets or something like that. But so the level of capacity that we have to do all the things that we need to do to move our people forward and our Congress from lowland to highland, it's like we can do it, but there seems to be an element of stagnation, which, you know, I don't want to point fingers, yeah, because that usually gets me in trouble. But, you know, when I reason with ones and ones from different areas, different ages, it usually is about the same kind of answer and the same response, that, you know, our government is not functioning fully, you know, for various reasons. But I think if the government aspect, say if the parliament can fulfill the 32 members and the committee can have its 14 members, and they actually function efficiently and effectively with new faces, you know, not the same people that have like all of these histories with each other, and like those kind of vibes block up, you know what I mean? Because certain ones is like anything they do is not gonna get the support that it needs, or they just, you know, people have stigmas about themselves because of their history. And so some of those people is just like, I mean, as long as these people are in a position of like power, so to speak, then certain things won't happen. Like things can't grow when, like, say, like, all right, for instance, the people that were made parliament members, they were made parliament members when they were in their 30s, in their prime, probably, you know, 30s, maybe 40s. Right. Now they're elders, a lot of them. So it's like, without using tapping into the youth, it's not gonna do, you're gonna do the same things that you've been doing and expect a different result. And that's where we like are failing right now, because we're like hitting a wall, and we try these different things. And I mean, you hear the different stories. There's been different WhatsApp groups. There's been attempts to revive the Congress, to get it going again, you know, to where it should be or could be. I don't really love the word should, but it doesn't happen. And, you know, some people lose faith and they're like, it ain't even no point, because people been trying for years, for 30 years almost, and still at the same place. So it's like, I mean, that tells you that it's something there, some ones, some things, some mentalities, some behaviors that are stopping it from growing. And even to look at it as a priesthood now, which is founded on, you know, the Black Christ who's teaching. When the Empress asked him, if Bobo Shanti could give one message to the world, the most important message, what would it be? He said, love. You know what I mean? So we supposed like love is supposed to be our governing principle. You know what I mean? But the lack of love is what keeps us from you know, being tight and like the word gum, we're not gummy. You know what I mean? And we could be, even though we're in different parts of the earth, we could be very gummy. We could meet each other, like just like we're here right now. There could be different Zoom platforms like regularly. I mean, even like morning devotion, Psalms reading is like, we could do these things. I mean, of course, it's not going to be the same as being in the tabernacle, but you make do. I mean, you know, or else you just, especially with COVID, you can't really travel as freely and stuff like that. So it's like, are you going to let that stop you? Or are you going to adapt like the rest of the world and use new methods to do things that you've been doing, but you got to upgrade with the time? I mean, that's natural, you know, without losing your integrity and your principles and your tradition and things like that. You do have to progress, or else you become archaic and you become like a museum exhibit only. And it's something that doesn't even like function. It's not live anymore. It's a dead thing. And it's only for like for show or something like that, you know? So yeah, I would just say, in my opinion, what needs to happen is that the young ones, and when I say young, I don't mean like 20s, I mean people that's adults that have some experience, that have technical skills, to be coordinated in a way that we could govern the Congress even from different parts of the world. I mean, of course, we know the foundation is Jamaica, but the reality is that, one, there's not enough, it doesn't seem like there's enough strength on the Hill for the parliament to come solely from there. So we have to look outside of Jamaica, and I mean, you know, Jamaica would never lose its position as the foundation. It never could, you know what I mean? But yeah, we have ones and ones in different parts of the earth, and you know, the technical and technological ability that you would have in other places you might not have in Jamaica. And that's, you know, just, that's the reality. I mean, in more quote unquote developed countries, you have certain technologies that you don't have in other ones. But even in the, like say in Jamaica, I'm sure there's internet cafes and things like that where people can meet and make certain things happen. But I'm just saying, like, for the sake of progress, don't let it be like a holdback that say like the foundation isn't really together as it used to be. Because I mean, yeah, it's Bobo Shanti is bigger than that right now. It's international, you know, as it has been for some time. But now it's like, I mean, just about every country where there's Black people, you have some form of Bobo Shanti or some Rastafari who wear a turban or something like that. So I mean, we just, yeah, keep it moving. That's all I'm saying. Yeah, keep updating, keep trying new things, be innovative, think outside the box, use the youth. Because without the youth, I mean, where does it go? Like how many Bobo Shanti do you know whose children grow up and continue the tradition? It's not very many. It's very few. Yes, so that is very important to take note of.
Yeah, that's very important. We're coming up on an intermission there in a moment, but a few things that you said that really stood out, you know, even in your expression there, that really, when you speak about how the morning devotion and these things could be carried out using the technology that even is, you know, available to us right now. That is something for even Oliver and I to look into. You know, because we use technology and do different things as well. That's why I said this is a forum that we could use. Even just this is a step that we are sitting in. As I said, the work that you have been doing, you know, sitting in and also expressing that. And even to the credit of the parliament, you know, there is an international parliament. And from my understanding, they're even already dealing with an educational committee work. But as I said, we're going to take an intermission right now. And when we return, I want to talk about Rastafari, Bobo Shanti, the Bible, and going forward with that. Blessed love. once again, blessed love. Give thanks, as I said, you're definitely with us right here in the Tiger's Nest, and definitely gone into the reasoning, Bobo Shanti, moving forward to the future. Bobo Shanti, moving forward to the future. Bobo Shanti and the future. Honorable Priest Isaac here with you. We have the Honorable Prophet Jadaniel and the Honorable Prophet Jajef. I just mindset in the house with us. And of course, we are continuing the reasoning that we began even in such a subject area. And I was telling the Honorable Prophet and the Honorable Prophet as well, that that whole idea of using the technology that we have right now, that was a very important point. And, you know, actually the morning devotion, and I commended the Honorable Prophet Moembe, who was with me Friday past, because I don't know if I didn't follow him up or anything, but he's the one that seems to be very stiff on his Psalms reading himself and his family, that he would post up daily, you know, the Psalms that was read and everything, you know, in this full order and white on the Sunday, Monday and Wednesday, and black over white on the Friday, and these different things. So I'm just saying, you know, because even I, you know, went through a bit of tug of war once with a specific, not even one, a specific set of ones. You know, in the early days, ones used to keep, you know, the same way, morning devotion, and pull out the little table and put the book on the table and so and so. And yeah, man, that thing was a serious thing. Some man say, man, no, that's not jotting. You have to come to the Congress if you want to do it, and do it this way. I'm telling you straight, you know, straight. And it was like, wow. It's like a word came to I and I know. Myself and Priest Kailash, he can stand witness for that. He know exactly who I talking about and when I talking about. You know what I mean? The ones even came straight to us, find themselves to us, you know, leave where they were. You know, they were in Trinidad. I just not calling no name. You know what I mean? Came to us, tell us clearly, hey, no, you're not supposed to be doing that. I say, wait, it's so far you come to tell man not supposed to be keeping service in house. And I lying to you, you think I gonna come here and tell the like and call his name, eh? I can call his name. He can't feel no way. You know exactly what's going on. Okay. I done call a witness. So the witness can go on his program and say, no, man, I don't know what the man talking about. Yeah, that's how we talk. We straight. We have nothing to hide. So I just showing you how real the thing be. You know what I mean? Yeah, well, okay. In all respect, maybe he had one or two of the business to pass through in a sense, but I know he made it clear that he was on a mission to straighten out certain things. Because apparently when I got crowned priest, this is the vibes, when I got crowned priest, apparently that was the next thing altogether. You know, like other ones were saying, you know what I mean, Priest Akil moved too fast. Priest Akil consult nobody. Priest Akil, Priest Akil, you know, how you get this Priest Akil? What's wrong with the man? But anyway, you know, so it was a thing, and apparently whatever man was doing, it was like a confusion. And so when they hear one's keeping up a little service and maybe ones would come over, say, no man, that's not the thing. Must send them man at the hill. And maybe they think man was trying to crown people or whatever the case is, but that wasn't the case at all. You know. So I understand the vibes sometimes that, you know, ones have to check for, and I see the Honorable Priest, Honorable Prophet Sheldon Roberts has come into the fold, you know, but that story is a reality, eh? And I'm saying it to make nobody feel no way. Anything, I know ones will say, boy, the man, they telling people them things. No, I just showing you how the thing go. It's reality. We deal with flesh. You understand? As Ras I just say, Prophet I just he has something in his back. I just hear him letting go on his little own platform. So still I give thanks for you know, the humility around here. I know he has some things that he can show in the fire. Honorable Prophet Sheldon, blessed love my Lord. You're not hearing there yet. You there? All right, this is Honorable Prophet Sheldon coming in there from Trinidad. Still, I would like to hear him coming still and chiming on the subject, but we can't. That's how it is with the whole internet sometime and the Zoom thing and that, it do its own thing, you know. But yes, Honorable Elijah Star, once the king trying to get in. I don't know if you have anything to say on that subject area. But even before, you there, my lord?
My lord, yes, I.
No,
yes, Bobo.
Prophet Sheldon, you come in there? I see his thing sound like he's there. You don't come in as yet? Okay, whenever you come in, just hail us up, let me see. Okay. Yes, my lord.
Bless the love, Honorable.
True, my lord. Prophet Elijah Star, just give me a second. True, my lord. Give thanks for the coming in. Yeah, the reason it was going through, you know, we were talking about the Congress moving on. Bobo, Shanti, and the future, you know. And basically what we touched upon, you know, was well, the Honorable Prophet Daniel just spoke a moment ago, and he was speaking about, well, all of us were speaking about unity going forward, all of us saying that according to the blueprint that the Black Christ has left, you know, it's not to say we're looking on ourselves anyway, are we looking to the world away, but we actually bigging up the Black Christ. The man leave a blueprint and a standard that, you know, we ourselves still kind of have not reached back to that standard. So as young ones amongst the Congress, we say we're just having a little platform amongst I and I to see what ideas we have, whatever it may be, as it relates to the Congress moving forward into the future. Let me just put it in that nutshell, and I could just continue from there.
Yeah, my Lord, Lord bless the love, Honorable. Give thanks for the moment, give thanks to the program, my Lord.
True, my Lord.
Give thanks to the Brethren, Daniel and Honorable Elijah Star, my Lord.
True, God and King.
That's my Lord.
Give thanks to Montage Judah, you know. Give thanks for the blessed earth strong of the King.
Yeah,
yeah, well, considering going forward now, Bobo Shanti, future going forward, my Lord. Well, King Emmanuel himself now, the Black Christ now, set up a parliament for the man to carry on the works. So, how the parliament is really active right now, you find nothing really taking place. You was, as Marcus said, if no one want to do it, someone has to do it. You understand? So, going forward there right now, them elder man, them have to revive back the parliament flow on, you know. And from there now, things will manifest. But I pick up like it's a plenty little small thing between man and man, things we could really deal with still. But I know why the man them holding down the flow, my Lord. You was going forward concerning Bobo Shanti in the future right now, we don't know the time is at hand. And as Bobo, we have to redeem the time. And if you were sure, they will redeem the time. So just show we now, as what we're doing right now, we bring up the testimony and we come and seal up the law among the disciples. So man can know well how we're going forward under the unity vibes, the Congress vibes, but to see how it rests really terrible. You know, so we end up in a way now where man now had to prepare for the maker. As just say, Gentile prepare for war and Israel prepare for the maker. You know, as the prophecy go, I sure the Black Christ coming again in Egypt, Jamaica, in the Valley of Joshaphat. So once Christ coming again, you know, it does naturally, man, them gonna fix up Emmanuel Palace. I mean, prepare physically, spiritually, everything then, clean and spirit. You understand? Because you know, about going forward right now, you understand? Yeah, my Lord.
True,
yeah, man.
No, go through. I thought they did seal up. Pardon, go through.
No, well, you can go through the Honorable. You can go through there.
Yeah, well, yeah, you don't know, give thanks. Anyone can jump in if they designer, but yeah, give thanks. Well, they bring it on a different platform, but still, as I said, even before I came in, you know, I was saying, well, at least from my overstanding, you know, because I already broke down earlier that, I built up earlier that the Congress is government, statical, churchical, parliamental, sabbatical, right? Yeah. Different, you know, aspects of it. You touch upon the parliamental a moment ago, and I was saying that from my perspective, from my understanding, because the Honorable Prophet Daniel said that, you know, we should have an international parliament, but as I was saying, from my understanding, there is a international parliament working committee right now.
The point I was making,
true, my Lord, true.
The point I was making is that it needs to have the full 32 members, not just, I know it's international, but it needs to be the full parliament. the full committee, the full government, you know? Yeah. It's not so much about the international part.
Okay, right. So the brethren saying, right. Okay, right. But I don't know what I say about that. Well, there is a parliament to some degree. In fact, I think they've just setting up some different committees and ministries from my understanding. So I don't know if you know of that.
No, well, no, my lord. Well,
Okay,
concerning the parliament now, it's from the foundation itself, them foundation man, them, or man come together and revise back the.
Well, you know, even for the audience sake, what it is, you know, that the Honorable King Emmanuel would have set down a parliament, and you know, after time, ones would have moved on, passed on, different little things would have happened. So obviously there would be a gap. So I would believe that it would be the ancient ones that are still with us and still in the faith, plus new ones that would fill those gaps. I would expect that's what it would be.
Not sure, my lord.
But the point there I make is very key, and that again touch all aspects, you know, of it. But even again for the audience understanding, this is a government that was set down by the Honorable King Emmanuel, Charles Edwards, and a churchical order that was set down by the Honorable Emmanuel Charles Edwards. The idea is something interesting there though. When you say the Black Christ shall return to Egypt, Jamaica, you say, right?
Yes, my lord.
You can clarify that prophecy for me. Just give me a clear. You mean like give me a clarity. You don't have to be too long, and then I move on. Just want a little clarity in that one.
Natural, my lord. Well, on the YouTube itself, right? It have a program named Words of the Black Christ.
Yes.
Words of the Black Christ. Yeah, my lord. When you listen to that full program now, with King Emmanuel himself speaking.
Yes.
King Emmanuel himself say, don't make them move at this time. The Black Christ himself speaking, right? Here we words he use. He said, don't make them move at this time until the king come back and sit upon the throne. Until Marcus come back into the world, and until Christ himself come again. Words of the Black Christ. That we can get that information from. Christ himself speaking and saying, coming back into the world then. It have a prophecy. I might can't quote chapter and verse right now exactly, but the Valley of Jehoshaphat, they're going to come down, all the heads of government are going to come down there, even the heads of governments, and Emmanuel say you plead for people down in the Valley of Jehoshaphat. You plead for them down there. And enough government will get naked and thing because people will come and see the shame of the world then. For years, they're brainwashing the people them and have them believing in this white supremacy then. It was. So when it comes in Valley now, at Jehoshaphat now, and the heads of state, even the Queen of England, the Honorable Queen Elizabeth II, she will have to come down there too. It was prophecy and history. And if it was for people.
Yeah, man, I was for real.
Yeah, man.
All right, Rastafari, positive. Yes, my Lord, give thanks and praises. Yes.
Honorable.
In general, you know, Rastafari, even at this time, many ones will take a critical look at the Bible, you know. And I wanted to see around the table one's consideration even of the book. I could go first, but I prefer not in this state here. I prefer that my explanation might really get too complicated, you know. But Honorable Elijah Star, Honorable Prophet Jeff, you know, Bible itself now, let me just give a little rundown still, you know. You know, it's a book that I want to say the Emperor speak very highly of. The Emperor speak, I glory is in the Bible, etc., etc. But the ones now that will tell you, well, you know, it's a good book, but, you know, it's not a holy book. You know, all right, you have some vibes in it, but it well corrupt and too much man play up in that. And you have a next set of man will tell you, no, man, that's a white man book. But at the same time, most ones that have cited the king, especially for maybe my generation at least, is Revelation 5 verse 5. Me for sure is Revelation 5 verse 5. Eh? That is that no matter whatever I may think of the Bible, I can't disappear. You know. So I'm just putting it on the table in reasoning what ones would consider of the book, the Bible, as far as I and I going forward. Blessed Lord.
Yes, my Lord, as I say, some not see it as a holy book, and Some would say, boy, it full of hole. You know what I mean? Some would say it full of a hole. So, but from which part I stand still, you have to look on it very important that King Emmanuel, who is the founder of this organization, is the Bible him used. You know, so you probably can question it, then, but that would be the man that you'd have to question then why you use the Bible, why it wasn't any other book, because there was so much books out there. But that I prefer to use the Bible. So within that respect, then you have to give the book some respect, right? And when His Majesty said, boy, him glorifying the Bible, you have to put another respect on it. That's what again. See? And when Marcus, as a man who themselves was a preacher, also, see, and probably was a Roman Catholic, them said in some books that we read, you know what I mean? So them virgin they use them glorifying it.
All three of them.
All three of them. See, and all three of them, man, there is you'd have said the head cornerstone of Rastafari, what we have now as Rastafari, as right across the board with different houses, not just I and I as Bobo Shanti. See, because even a lot of houses burn the Bible, but you still hear them quote the Bible. And you know, you'd say, boy, what kind of conflict this is? Because if you are burn something, then you should have used something else now to justify whatever means then you have to quote the Bible. So within that, we see, say, boy, yeah, the book you have to give it some, you know, you have to give it some respect. But when you really look into it now, when you read it for yourself, you know what I mean, not just someone who hear mostly pastors speak or quote, you know what I mean, scriptures from the Bible. When you yourself read the book, then, and yeah, I said, but all right, Jacob, for instance, Jacob was the son of Isaac, my Lord.
Yeah, natural, my Lord.
Yeah, Jacob was the son of Isaac, and Jacob got out there and have 13 youth. See, 13 youth Jacob have, you know, and when you look how Jacob get all these 13 youths, today, in today's world, pardon me, in a today's, well, in the Western world, I'm gonna say, boy, older man they have so much woman forget 13 youths. You understand? When you look on it, like when you look on it on that, because the 12th tribe of Israel is what this Israel now today where we have on this level come through a lineage of what you call it? Polygamy then. See?
Okay.
See? If that is what we can call it. So when you look
but not
it
just
like
that, it never comment, well, not me comment, but not just that, but even to go deeper into that lineage, King Solomon's mother is the woman that David was spying on when she was washing her skin and telling man he sent her husband in the front line to die. That's King Solomon, and you know, the importance of Solomon's lineage. I just put in that forward, but they can go through. Since you join them kind of reference there.
And even Solomon again now. Them say Solomon was a man who have how much wife and how much concubine. Then and is the next man where you hear people glorify Solomon in the Bible.
Right.
And
right.
probably why them probably glorify him, and not because I'm wisdom or him knowledge. Not for them glorify because oh what Solomon did have a hole for woman, so you know what I can go get a hole for woman too. See, that is how some ones may perceive this thing if them not overstand or really are God. This cause this are the Bible of all of them something like you know. See? All of these things. You know what I mean? It got early out in it and I show you say, all right, watch here. You have certain people where the Bible did not tolerate, none at all. And when you look at these certain people now, and you would want to align them geographically, then you would look on Africa or the Far East of these people who do not accept or do not tolerate certain things that the Bible said boy is abomination. When you align you align it geographically, you can say boy, all right, you know, it's these people over here, so the Bible really talk about. Because when you look in Africa, Africa do not accept certain principles or certain practices, right? And when the Bible, when Abraham, Zane, was questioned by God, can you find 50 righteous man over that place, the boss? And the man said, boy, John, you know, say, me no see 50 still there. And the man said, why you not see 30 neither? And the man said, John, you know, say, me not see 30. So the man said, you not see 20 of them? You not see 20 righteous man over there, sir? The man said, John, oh my lord, me not see that. The man said, you can't find 10 of them. The man said, John, oh, that is a serious one because not even 10. The man said, so what? You can't find 5? If you find 5, me would have spear them. Him, you know what I mean? He would spear them, and it's all you look at spear too. You know what I mean? Because spear.
Yeah. But him can come in there and even during the interest of time, as they with that reasoning there, you know, and even Prophet Sheldon hold this part even when he come around to the eye, but Jordan, I don't want to just touch a piece there.
Natural Myla.
Yeah, but just hold that this meditation I'm gonna show now, just hold it to heart for when it come around to the eye. But Prophet I just I was showing a video with King Emmanuel about 3 Sabbaths ago when he was talking on the flag Lego. I don't know if they had them check that one there. But that same video there, later down in the video, he's sitting down and he's talking and he's giving you that same story with Abraham. But you know, it's very hard to understand, eh? And the audio very low. Trust me, but I know he's saying it's years, man, clocking that video there. Years. Yeah, I can tell you some special things about the video. I don't even want to go into them things here. But anyway, attempted to tell you about it. Yeah. Yeah, so in the video, the king talking now. So he giving you the story of Abraham. He's showing you one day, Abraham and Sarah was in the field and they look up and they say 3 man. And Abraham something. And he tell the story, you know, and he give a little joke in it, you know, how he talking. Anyway, after a time he started to say Abraham, to the part where God carry Abraham and show him how you deal with Sodom and Gomorrah. And he started to count down, but he started to count down from 10. He didn't start from 100 or what he say. And God say, Abraham say, so if you find 10, my Lord, what you going to do? And God say, Abraham, I'm going to destroy them if I find something like that. And say, Abraham, God, if you find 9, and say, Abraham, and King Emmanuel talking and giving some jokes in the vibes, you know, saying, like, man, Abraham, you're too disgusting, you know. And then he come and, but my Lord, one more time, don't be upset with me. If you find 5, so, Abraham, you're terrible, you know. Okay, if I find 5. Okay, my Lord, if you find 4, and he come all the way till 1. If you watch that video and listen, it's good. And then King Emmanuel started to laugh. He even take out his rag and wipe his eye. He crying, he laughing. And, you know, I don't know if everyone around you get the vibes. Here we say, I myself missed that part. He said something, the one, because he saved it and he destroyed, and he was the one. Abraham was the one. This is what he's saying. Now, if you read the Bible, Lot was the one that was saved. But according to King Emmanuel, in that reasoning, I know I hear what I understand. It clearly says, he reached down to 1. And when he reached to 1, he said, Abraham was the one. And he said it with such joy, and he laughing till he pull out his rag and wipe his eye. I say, yeah. So what I say now, remember King Emmanuel tell us the Bible is symbolic, you know, and I check out nothing about the man order, and even the way he expressed it, that not exactly the same as even the Bible. It's not riddle, and so the man having the baker hide the Bible. I learned that from Priest Akil too. And I said, what do you mean? So Jah teach us that the baker hide the Bible. So you have to sit down and try to figure out what kind of Bible this is, boy, the baker hide the Bible. But yes, Jah Daniel, give thanks. Anything you want to him.
Yeah, I would say the Bible is right, wrong culture. You know, we know that. I'm pretty sure the Black Supremacy book says that. The Black Supremacy book also says Christianity is Satanism. So it's not the Bible. Because, I mean, if you look at it, there wouldn't be no Rastafari movement without the Bible. You know what I mean? Like, those ones, even from Ethiopianism, long before there was a Rastafari movement. You know what I mean? Over 100 years, there was over 100 years before Rastafari movement, there was Ethiopianism, and Black people in the West were identifying with Ethiopia specifically. You know what I mean? So you can't. I don't think there's any talk of a Rastafari without the Bible. Now, where the problem comes in, where people would even have a conversation about, is the Bible relevant or is it good, is because of religion. You know what I mean? People's minds taking things too literally, people being stuck and not being able to think outside of a certain, paradigm, I guess. And, stagnation, you know what I mean? Like, so there's nothing wrong with the Bible. You know, our chorus says,
and interesting, I stick there a little bit. Interesting that is not that he stick, but he stick on our chorus say. So that's the next thing. Because even I myself, ones would come up there, and I clearly with the the hymn books man does use. The Sankey hymn book and the different ones and these different things. But it's all a level of elevation, because even the same Bible, the man don't tell us, and I have to write our own Bible still again, because elders will teach you that the same Bible, the Father said that man shall throw that in the river when we go up the Nile. Yes, my Lord, you're in again.
Yes, Honorable. Bless the love, Honorable. All right.
No, before I make Prophet Jah Daniel just seal up his point and then come to the end. Sorry. He back here. You there, Prophet Daniel? Or like he freeze again. Go through them, my Lord. Go through. When he come in, we just have back to him.
Yeah, man. Give thanks for Honorable Jah Daniel, man.
Yeah, man.
Concerning, the Holy Bible, my Lord, the Bible, my Lord, that's the only book I know from small to now is the only book of holy.
Aye.
No, King Emmanuel, we know. The Black Christ show where the Bible is symbolic and literal. It was take the good for yourself and leave the rest. You understand? So Bobo Shanti order a foundation from on the Holy Bible. The foundation of Bobo Shanti is keeping the Sabbath holy, Exodus 20 and Exodus 31. It have no other books could show them Exodus 20 and 31. You know, so King Emmanuel the Black Christ now, so last time embrace the Bible, without the Bible, a man have no hope for salvation.
Aye. Yes, sir.
No hope.
No hope. That's the words the king say.
No hope, my. So just by that word, you know you need the Bible. That's natural.
I hear you.
Natural, my Lord. So that's a glorified part in the Holy Bible, the Trinity in the Bible. You was. Don't matter the white will try to tamper the Bible, they couldn't change the truth, my Lord. They couldn't change the truth. And we as man know what the eyes to see now and know the right from the wrong. And
right from the wrong.
That ordained we, my Lord, to see that too. That ordained we. So do a portion of man who that's natural with the power of Rastafari will know the Bible, that's natural. And you know, it's enough man read the Bible now and interpreting them own way. Churches, religions, all these churches out there. People coming to going to churches, and it's just white supremacy this guy is teaching. Strictly white supremacy because they're under the WCC, which is the World Council of Churches. They have to teach what they get audit, what they get hand down to teach. They can't teach their own thing. So this guy is teaching the whole world now the same doctrine. When they're dead, they have to go, only when they're dead, they can see God. The gift of God is eternal life. All these chapters and verses, they don't really teach people in them at all. Worldwide, they don't teach people about life. And so people now, they don't really check the Bible serious level because everything is still amended. But that the book now we know we can hold on to and gain life. But due to the brainwash teaching and you don't know, my Lord, Rome, we conquer something them time to then. We live in modern Rome right now. The Trinity come on earth. Everything Bobo Shanti linking with it in the Holy Bible. All the great kings of Africa, all them man Mochu, Father Abraham, all them man them in the Bible. So last say never Emmanuel Marker, they never come and fight these things. So that's let we know. The white will we know the white will tamper with it because the original Bible have, as we know, 82 books.
Yes, I.
And they only give me 66. Emmanuel himself say we are master the 66 books of the Bible too, no my lord. Yeah, the Black Christ himself said that we must master the 66 books of the Bible.
Of course, I hear the eye. Totally in agreement. I can just come in here and put something to the eye. My thing now, just quickly, is that as the Black Christ says, you know, symbolic right and wrong and all of that. But I think the symbolic is more than just right and wrong, you know. It's a very deep book, the book highly coded. I know the eye does hear I talk, and so the book deep and highly coded. Now, as man is intelligent being reasoning right now, it look like the prophet coming good, you know. As man is intelligent being reasoning right now, I just ask in the eye now, as far as the interpretation of it, like, let me put out some clear things. Jonah gets swallowed by the fish. Give me the next one. Joshua stopped the sun.
The Red Sea?
Moses part of the Red Sea, yeah. And my princess said at the same time as the I said, and yeah, wow, bless him. Just no, but it's reasoning, you know. Okay, it's reasoning. It is reasoning. Some man we feel, oh, we need to talk about that. No, it's reasoning. It has to do with your psychology. You know, because man could put a good argument that all of them things highly symbolic. You want to say Prophet Daniel? Let me make the prophet come in just a moment. And,
that's my Lord. Through my Lord, give thanks. Yes, I was, you know, I was saying eventually, can you hear me?
Yeah, you're good now. You're good now.
Am I being heard? Okay, good. So I was saying eventually we would be, you know, as I know the culture, that once we cross the river, we dash away the Bible, you know what I mean? So it serves its purpose. It showed us prophecy and history and things like that, but it's not we can exist without it. We did exist without it because
it frees a bit, eh? Just to let you know, because you'll be talking. It freezing, eh? It freezing, Prophet Daniel. Not you freezing, it freezing. It look like he hearing me neither. I know how it is, and It freezing, my lord. Try to go out and come in again, eh? Sorry about that, because he may have missed some of what we were saying before. You know, that's what the collaboration was all about. But okay, my lord, let's just go on it now. Prophet Jeff will come to you, right? Oh, he's still talking to you. My lord, it's freezing, you know. It real slow. The pull is slow. Yeah, it's not there. But you know me, Prophet Sheldon. Christ was born from the Virgin and so. Coming to you, Prophet Jeff. We're going to, you know. No, just freedom.
When two become one, when two become one, you come like a virgin again, or one same break your wedlock. One. Like that one.
So it's an interpretation.
Natural.
Okay, fair.
All right.
For the king, like. Yeah, okay, fair enough. No, just overstanding, because it's just reasoning to, you know, because it is important, because, you know, it's interpretation, you know, and we're teaching young ones coming in, and trust me, ones coming with questions too. So some of us are like to pretend, well, we didn't have to go there, and that's not important right now, and just deal with what the man says. So yeah, but the man says to study to show yourself approved. You're good, Honorable Prophet Daniel? The king like in the woods, they're getting some. But anyway, that's how it is in the woods. Give thanks for being in the woods. All right, my lord, give thanks still. We're gonna have to take maybe one more intermission before we go in. But you know, I really want to touch upon a bit of economical unity amongst and I as Bobo Shanti in this growth. Even before the I came in, we were talking about something on that level, but I think it was more in general as far as, you know, the Congress and its outlook, but still as strong ones in this, and even I and our economical future, because there's nothing really moving on without economics. That is something that I would want to touch upon. I really wish I could get Prophet Daniel to just get that, so you could just even say a last word here before we change that subject area. You understand? But my Lord Prophet Jeff, you have anything to say maybe in a minute before we take that one more intermission? Minute and a half.
Yes, Bobo. I hear there I say something couple of times now that, you know, we can't leave generational poverty.
Well, yeah, man.
See?
Oh.
And we have to have generational wealth. See? So that is imperative, you know what I mean? Because at some point we are gonna make such move, and what is gonna be there for, you know, the next generation coming. You know what I mean? We have to see that them have a platform, or them have something to support them. You know what I mean? Because, you know, the Bible also said that a good father leave an inheritance for his children. So when you look on it on that level there, you see say the economics is imperative.
King, I got to jump in here. When we come again, we can just make Prophet Daniel say the words he wants on the Bible, and we go straight into that economic reasoning. Yes, family, just give us a moment. Yes, family, we are here once again. Blessed love. And give thanks for all sponsors of the Chalice Talk. And we're just awaiting Honorable Prophet Sheldon to come in with us again. And we have the Honorable Prophet Daniel here as well. You know what I will do, Honorable Prophet Daniel? Yes, you can seal up now. I see you have set yourself in a little more better position. So what I would like you to do, you could seal up that point you were making on the whole biblical aspect. It's still good for that. And then I would just like to reintroduce the whole subject now, which would be basically our last touch for the Chalice talk as it relates to our economics. You know, again, something that you have touched upon on a forum that you prepared. In fact, myself and I was on that very same forum too, as we were dealing with economics. But as I said, if you could give your sealing of words on that biblical aspect, my lord.
All right, yeah. I don't know what the last thing I said. Can you hear me clearly now?
Yeah. Where were you now? Wow. Wow. Well, well, you know, you were showing of the importance of it, but you did highlight that you gotta get dashed in the river, and I actually was bringing up a point still to kind of give a little fuel there of, you know, because it's an altar book and the whole thing of the hymn books, because we were told that we have to even write our own hymns too. We actually told that, you know, because in reality, to be honest, I mean, every hymn I just pull, I tell you the truth. But the point is that even these things, so to me, the end result is just I and I. But go through.
All right, my lord. Yes, the point I was getting to is that I was reading something. It was something I saw on Facebook. I don't remember. I don't know if it was from I don't think it was from the Black Supremacy book, but maybe from a pamphlet or something like that. Definitely, you know, from the office, the royal office of His Majesty King Emmanuel. You know, so it was saying that our ancestors our foreparents were taken out of salvation and brought into slavery. So whatever they were doing before they left Africa was salvation, according to the way this was written.
Right.
So they weren't reading the Bible. You know what I mean?
Get your point.
They weren't brought here from Ethiopia. So chances are they weren't biblical people necessarily, in the sense of like that's what they read and they live based off of that, like their religion and all of that. They had their culture, like you know, the Akan people have their connection to biblical history and prophecy for sure. So there's no doubt that they're the biblical people. But what I'm saying is that their culture was not coming out of a book. You know what I mean? It was coming out of their experience and their tradition, which is the book. You know what I mean? Like that's what gives the book its story, is our foreparents' experience. So it's like we are the people of the, but we're the remnants of those same people. So there's no, to me, is no separating us from that aspect of, you know, I don't know, culture, history, tradition, whatever. But it's more for us to elevate beyond thinking in a box because of the Bible, but you know, to be free still and use the Bible. You know, Psalms reading. What would we do for Psalms reading if we didn't have the Bible? And I mean, even like some of the hymns, I mean, even though this is like, yeah, we need to write new ones, it's like some of the hymns are really beautiful songs, you know. They really touch the heart, you know. So I mean, all of it, it's good, but we can do more, you know. So it's like we're not limited, but it's our, you know, we couldn't ignore it. We do have to give it the respect that is due, you know. Like you said, His Majesty glories in the Bible.
Yeah, man.
And yeah, his whole lineage, I mean, half of his lineage at least is from that tradition. You know, it serves its purpose.
Yeah, it's the speech, give thanks. It's the speech where he says, today man sees his hopes and aspirations crumbling before him. He is lost and perplexed and knows not where to turn. He must recognize that the Bible is his refuge. And as the Virgin did quote earlier, without it, there is no hope for salvation. I found that line very profound. Without it, there is no hope for salvation. My reasoning is that it has been interpreted very literally, even amongst I and I gone way off board. But as I said, give thanks. We will see that reasoning there for the time. I think I want to get into the economic. I see my Lord showing us a scripture there in the Bible. Is showing us, King? That is Prophet Sheldon. They'll pardon me for this, yeah? Oh my. Yes. Okay, I don't think, I'm not hearing you, eh? If you're talking to I and I. All right. But anyway, what I was showing you, yeah, it looks like, from my end, it looks like he's getting his audio together. Yes, family. So as I said at the beginning of the program, this design was done by R7 Designs. This is the Honorable Prophet Jah Daniel, who's right here with us. He prepared this here for the Chalice talk. Very beautiful with the stars in the background, the foreground. Obviously, the ganja leaf, you know, as well. And as an artist, I mean, just to recognize that the stars are there, I know you know, you'd appreciate at least one, pick up the vibes. And of course, these chalices are specifically his work. And so you know, everything in one here, just showing you the fullness of what they call entrepreneurship as such. I think that's a French word that, or something that, or the other, that means businessman. But I and I is busy man said way, because busy is in business, eh? Busy. And that is one thing that we promote. Us getting, this is me personally, us getting a mind frame of you know, massive activity.
The mindset.
The mindset of serious growth, real serious growth too, not just everything all right. The mindset of serious growth, especially as a unit. So, you know, to the future, as I said, the African Rastafari new faculty had a series of seminars, and one of these seminars or conferences, whatever the right term is, my brother, dealt with our economical state of mind, or our economical growth going into the future. In fact, the Honorable Priest Dougie, who was with us previously, said that a report is coming out, and ones will be able to get a glimpse at it, or look at it, I should say, and see exactly what came out of even that reasoning directly dealing with economy. But yes, family, there are individuals that full of idea as far as our economics. Before we go in, I know for sure we always say, well, we need to pool resources together, and you know, because number one, we're not a unit really, you know? We just scattered people all around the place, you know. It's not to say we're a unit, even if we are a member of the Congress too, you know, we just there, you know. But that doesn't mean that there can't be some level of unity, some level of like-mindedness, some level of growth. Number one, as I said, one should be producing, one should be creating, one should be promoting, one should be marketing, one should make people know what they have, and then the rest of us supposed to support. To me, that's a big step. I mean, if we can't come together yet, because that seems to be a problem, I mean, all over. It's just this problem coming together and sticking together. Okay. But at least as individuals, trying to get above food, clothes, and shelter, and try to maximize that. Maximize as much as you can. And whatever you have to promote, promote it to the best of your ability. Make everybody see it. Because if they don't know you, they can't get nothing from you. You know, you could have the best thing to serve. But if nobody know you, never hear about you. You know me, you're supposed to feel bad when people don't know you. You don't know me? Who you? Who? Never hear about you. What? I got to step up my game because people supposed to know you. Because when they know you, that means they know what you have. A lot of people want what you have that they don't know you. You know how much people want them chalice here? Plenty people looking for chalice in it. But then they know you. Then they know me. I mean, we just here in this little corner. Yeah, straight. You know, we supposed to be seen by countless of millions into the billions. We playing around, and then we can't have enough chalice to send out over the world. Straight up, I just telling you how it goes. You know, and that's how we're supposed to think. You know what I mean? At least think so till you reach there. Nothing wrong with thinking, you know. It's not a sin to think. Just think, and really think from your heart and from your mind. You know. So that's how I look at it. And then have to put away that old Willie Lynch thing. We need to support one another. We not support one another. Trust me, we not into that supporting one another. You don't want me to talk now, you know. When I talk, people say, oh, you shouldn't say so. I gonna talk it, you know. No, no vexing, man. White people support you more. I ain't asking you. Yeah, let's go around the yes, so I just start mindset. Start again now. And I'll put a little touch to it.
Rastafari.
Bless it.
Yeah, tell her. A real talk, my lord. That
They are selling
cohesion.
the juice and they are thing they are pushing, they are watching the vibes, man. But go to.
Yeah,
they can even put up a thing, you know, if you can share it too, you know, if you have it in the background and they can pull it up. And I can give you permission to share. But go ahead, talk. Let me take you off your track.
True. The cohesion, Bobo, it is not there amongst us. You know, that togetherness that Daniel did say earlier, we can be more gummier, you know what I mean? And we're not even gummy right now, but you know, we can be. You see? So these things are lacking still. Zin, and
share when you're ready to, right? Anytime ready, you can share it too. But go through.
Pan economically, Zin, we are struggle. As I say, we might get the support from outsiders than ourselves. You know what I mean? And that shouldn't be so. You know what I mean? That shouldn't be so. It look very poor. So we need to come together. You know what I mean? We need to, you know, come together. That is the only solution. Coming together and making something work, you know, actually do something that it work to, you know, the benefit I and I, and not just on an individual level or between the four I and I were there, so but on a level where it spread out. You know what I mean? That is what we need for create finance. You know what I mean? Because, you know, is one thing a man can say, boy, all right, man now support you because nobody don't know you. You see me I say? But who know who amongst who? You know what I mean? Because, all right, I know Daniel have some nice chalice. We're supposed to link Daniel and say, yo, Bobo, or we can get somebody, well, we know we can get somebody chalice, but monetary, how it go? You know what I mean? Can we do something? What can we do? You know what I mean? Yeah, you know what I mean? Those are the type of conversation that, you know, we should be having with each other, because as the Virgin said, you know, we not have to be in the same space to make things happen. You know what I mean? We're making this thing happen right now. The eyes in Antigua, Daniel in America, Sheldon in Trinidad, Ida in Alanda. And it'll happen. So how much more things we can make happen without even having to see ourselves on a physical level, my lord. You see it? So on the physical now, you know, like, you know, when we look on the Congress, Zin, the Congress, there is so much things that the Congress could be doing that generate income where I want now fear you know, I make some snide comment as a boy, you know, me send some money and boy, I mean, you know what I mean, and this and that and all type of thing. You know, where the Congress would be generating all their income, you know what I mean, without no farmer. And I know that I go on, you know, but it could be bigger than what we see now, because it is, it's not just a congress, it's also a college. Now, when me there in England and me see how college operate, me see how college run, see, is a schoolroom. So that make it the college now, because a college is a schoolroom. You're coming to learn. See, you're coming to learn about the order of Melchizedek, right? So, but within the order of Melchizedek, it have different part as the I did outline in the beginning. It is churchical, it is sabbatical, it is theatical, it's governmental. You know what I mean? So these are the things that you are going come and learn at the college. Now, the college, when we look upon the college, then the college no look like a college. And listen, a modern time now, Virgin, me see His Majesty drive in some things and have some things and things. So we're supposed to be up there. We're supposed to be up there when people want to come to this college. And when you come to the college, there are proper facilities at the college. You understand? I want to come overseas, them not used to certain type of condition. The Congress, the foundation, the headquarters, the way it is set up. I want when him come, I want, a college him really come. You know what I mean? Because they are proper facilities. Yeah. Now, if we not have that, Zine, and we should have that, because this Congress is from 52. See? From
54.
54, pardon me. See? Probably before 54.
Well, yeah, for sure, the man said that.
You know what I mean? So,
it's 58, true?
54 B Spanish.
Yeah, 54 B Spanish.
Oh, what do you mean? When you say, I thought he meant 50, the address. I didn't know he meant the date.
Not the address. But,
pardon me, you're right, 58, yes. Pardon me.
See? So, we are forward from a far way, my lord. So some of these things should really be in place. You understand? So just like how I said, I giving certificate for the youths them who are passed out through the learning institution, my lord. That is how the Congress should be operating, where ones are coming, you have freshmen and you have juniors and you have till you reach your priest. You know what I mean? You come to the college, you come to probably a 6th year, you're training. When you go to university, you're probably going to have to sit a course for 3 years. You're probably going to have to stay on the university grounds. You know what I mean? For those 3 years. When you break up, right? So we're supposed to have the Congress itself or the foundation running as a college, but is only finance. Is only when we're on the level of finance where we can put that together. And we should have that, because the amount of virgins that come overseas to Jamaica just to come to Bobo Hill, that is when you calculate that money over a period of time, is a lot of money that is going towards Jamaica, because I know Jamaica must eat a food out of them plane ticket that we are flying every so often. You know what I mean? So I and I could be, capitalizing on that. And we are not. You see what I say? We're not, my lord.
Give thanks, but you don't know. Let me move to Prophet Sheldon and this one. My lord, you don't hear the king. You're on mute, though. You're on mute. So yeah, man, our economy, you're on mute. Unmute yourself. Mute, you unmute, I don't think the king. Right, go to.
Yes, my lord. After the intercession, I wasn't hearing properly now.
Okay. Well, is
Economics.
whatever you heard the king say, because it's really the economy we're talking about, and I and I as ones, rising our standard in general.
All right, right now. Well, the black right layer foundation, we man to build up on it. You know what? After one, we know it's two, so we have to increase. The man give with talents, and we have to increase some with talents. You understand? As a good servant, we have to increase. But considering, when they say the black Christ himself come and deal with economics, and if certain one with a male to know, the man says sell a few brooms.
Yes, sir.
Man with a male to see sell a few brooms. But what King Emmanuel plan for I and I, my lord, is to really do with business in Africa, in Egypt, Africa. Why is he out in the West? It's just natural. We have to survive. We have to eat, we have to drink, bills to pay. But the main focus is to really do business in Egypt, Africa. You understand? But why is he out here right now? We have to do something to survive. You understand? So the main focus is still towards the East. You know, guys? And even now, when we set any foundation now for the future who come into the younger ones, even when them time reach, like you say, they reach 21 years as Lord and Empress and these things, we will be there too, bringing our sheaves with us. You know, I ain't see myself out of that picture at all to see like we generation gone and them come and we will be still here. You know, in this economic vibes right now, as I say, we have to build on the foundation what the man said and increase upon it. So strength unto strength as bring for perfection. So if every man bring a nickel and the thing authentic way, the man will receive on the receiving end, we're looking to establish works in God in that way. And everything can manifest because with God's and goddesses and nothing we can do. And nothing we can do. But most likely, we had to come, if we do certain things that Marcus say, you don't know the penalty is death. You know, so we had to we had to Charlie we here as man and man and to see how we work among ourselves, how man among the self working. But the love now, you find the economy go run that's natural. So the love is the main thing still too, my lord, within the economy to run. You know, because with love now, you find out every man go play the part. It will not no hold down, no separation, no division. Because we not people who are divided, we're one people. You know, so from a man is Bobo Shanti, it's a heart of love. You don't know, we must strengthen God thing from a love God. From a love God, you must strengthen God thing. That's natural.
Yeah, man.
You know, guys. So that the manifestation. If someone don't want to send the money, they can move through and drop the money. They can send materials and strengthen up anything. As you recently they considering
tithes and offerings.
Like concrete structure for the Empress and them. And when they get it, like when they go to I said the real mighty, my lord, I wanted a real mighty reasoning. These are the things man they increase on. And how we Empress and them comfortable, princess and them. That's not true. We are love ourselves, my lord.
My lord.
No one comes to love we. No one comes to love we, my lord. We are love ourselves, my lord. And I know, my lord. Right? And once the love comes in, my lord, you find everything go around smooth, my lord. Because love is the key. If the key missing, my lord, if the key was missing, my lord.
Yeah,
right? Yeah, man. The key missing, because the foundation and set, we have to come and build upon it now. The eyes of the Lord are upon the righteous.
Yeah, man.
Right? And you try the righteous too. So as Christ said, we tiny tears go together still, but it has certain thing, my lord, we have focused on the mission and the works. Because if you see, if a man have a fault, when a correct a man consider himself, that's natural. Then we keep the love in the thing, Jeff. It's not about condemning no man and these things. Christ don't deal with these things, my lord. You know, so under the economical vibes now, we need, that's natural, my lord. If a man in work, he shouldn't eat. If a man in work, he shouldn't eat. These things is facts. By society, brow shall eat bread. Emmanuel even teach we 6 days work, 7 days rest. So from man and man, because this economical vibes is natural for all man. For all man had to maintain his home and concerning the tight strength, we still shaking up the church.
Yeah.
The world for the church to go forward, that's natural, my lord. You know, and works has to be done, and this is the time when things are going to manifest. But even though certain things they manifest, my lord, you know, they come like, Jah know, he eyes upon the righteous, he try the righteous, Jah know every man. So it come like, Jah work still will go on, my lord. If man fulfill them works,
It's
Jah
still
works
going.
yeah, my lord.
I like the flavor that I put into it still, you know. You know, can carry it a little. As I say, the tide and half winds. That's very important. You know, I think you said earlier something about every nickel count.
Yes, my lord.
Yeah. That's one of the ideas. Ones that's kind of I just throw out sometimes that whole concept of $1 a day amongst
Marcus Garvey, my lord.
not $1 a day, pardon me, $1 a week. Pardon me, $1 a week. Go ahead. You're saying? Go ahead.
Man, 35 cents when you UNA form for one man, they bring 35 cents.
Yes, my lord.
And from 35 cents, my lord, you see how far.
True, my lord.
Which, my lord, from 35 cents.
35 cents.
Strength unto strength, bring forth perfection, my lord.
True.
Yeah, my lord. But the hardest strength now, the love how they be there, my lord.
True, my lord. Honorable Prophet Daniel. No. You know what to say.
So, all right. So where do you start? It's all right. Government.
I know you have plenty of things to say.
This is where the government comes in because, all right, as a craftsman, I can speak. All right, like all right, to make a chalice is like if you have like very basic tools, you can make a chalice. But if you have better tools, more advanced tools, you can make like 10 chalices in the time it would have taken you to make that one with the basic tools, right? Now, Bobo Shanti International, we have lawyers, we have doctors, all types of healers, we have food experts, you know, whether it be chefs, nutritionists, like
you officially have an ARCHAEOASTRONOMER right now, eh? Officially.
Yes, I mean, we got everything within the Black world of people, you know. So when you have a body, a governing body that can orchestrate and use these different tools, you know, efficiently, then you can do a lot more in the time than you could have done. Like, say, if I want to go work and all my tools, I got some tools in one shop, and then some tools are at home, and then some are in my car. Like when I go to work, it's like I'm gonna be trying to make things work with tools that ain't really for that job. You know what I mean? So it's like if you can organize, that's where the organization comes in. If you can have the tools and proper, like you know where everything is, and everything is in a proper place, and you can use it when you're ready for it, then it's much easier to do what you need to do, right? So there's the organized. Now centralized, that's the other thing His Majesty, you know, the directive that he gave to the Rastafari brethren when he visited in 1966, is that it's organized and centralized. So the Parliament group they do have a database of, you know, information. The members, you know, we're supposed to fill out a form so that they can know who is who and what we do and where we are and things like that. So that's a good thing. And I wanted to clarify too, because kind of the way it sounded maybe was that I was critical of the Parliament's works. No, I'm aware that they have an education program. They have a writing program, some other different things, and those are good. But my point was more so that there needs to be the full Parliament so that they can do more. You know, the Parliament is a very important aspect of our.
Oh, coming on so nice day, but yeah. Okay, but yeah, the brother was giving some good.
But we know the difference, you know, when the president's there and he can, there's structure and there's order.
You mean a key point there? Sorry, my lord, really, pardon me, I really don't want to interrupt, but you did stick for a moment. It wasn't that long, so I was just going to make you slide, but I heard you say president, so I think you should go back to whatever you were saying there. Just give it a few minutes back. We didn't hear the president thing properly.
Okay, true. Yeah, I was just saying, you know, once being that we have a parliament and the 33rd member is supposed to be the president, but our president, you know, is no longer in his fleshy temple. So that member, when King Emmanuel was living on the hill in that structure, there was there was hierarchy. So when he gave an order, it was done. Nowadays, if without the full strength of the parliament and without the full participation of the members of the Congress, it's harder for anything to happen. You know what I mean? So it's like, it's not just the parliament, it's us, the members. We have to comply and do what they're asking us to do. So even like the database thing, like we need to go fill it out. We need to actually step up and do, because like, all right, we say we want progress and we want this and we want that. But when people, whether it be the parliament or these different WhatsApp groups in general, when ones step up to say, let's do this and, you know, let's volunteer, you get cricket. You don't hear anybody stepping up. I mean, you hear a lot of talk about we should do this and we should do that, but then when it's time to do, the people don't do. And so it's like all these ideas and stuff is really, it's just like, it doesn't even matter. You could have the best idea, but if the people don't support it, then it doesn't go anywhere. So it's, you know, it's a lot to it. But I also wanted to say this: equality and justice, right? That's what we stand for. That's what our government is supposed to produce. That's what we are supposed to produce: equality and justice as a people. That's what we need, right? Now, in order for us to be able to do so, right, you have to have resources. You can't just say equality and justice, but you can't do anything to really enforce it or supply. Like, some people have more and some people have less, right? We have poor have nots. Even within Bobo Shanti, you have ones who have more access to different opportunities and stuff like that. But there's a way you can level the playing field to where everybody is still coordinated and everybody is important. But now it's like, there's no real, like, without the structure, you don't have like a real place. When you come into this, it's like you say you're a prophet, but what is your function in the Congress other than, say, maybe like if you don't live on the campground, like you don't, there's, for the most of my life is like, as a Bobo Shanti, I didn't really have like a place where I felt like I fit in. I mean, I did some different things, but it wasn't like I knew I had an office that was mine and I had a responsibility, you know what I mean? So the government provides these offices and these responsibilities to its members, and the members then have to do their part to make sure that the thing functions. So that's, I mean, we could talk about ideas for days, you know, and I wouldn't be the first one to come up with most of the ideas that I would say, but without the participation of the people and without the structure of the government, all the ideas are, you know, they don't really add up to much. So, you know, that's economy, anything that we want to talk about, whether it be the Sabbath, the Parliament, the Congress, any of that is like, if the people don't comply and do, and there's no structure, there's no organized and centralized, then we could talk until our face turn blue, but nothing's going to come out of it, you know? So, yeah, I mean, and even with like, say, tithes and offering, I've seen people and heard people reason about that a lot, but without a government, I'm not sending my money to anyone unless I'm like strengthening someone. Like, I personally am giving you strength. I'm not just gonna send in tithes because it's, I mean, how do I know that my money is gonna be used for something constructive? They could use that money to, I mean, do whatever they want to do with it. And that to me, you don't have the confidence of the people if you don't have the proper infrastructure to where when I send in a tithe, an offering or a tithe, whatever you want to call it, a donation, it's like, if you don't give me a receipt, I don't, and I don't know what happens with the money. I don't see, there's no receipts that I can look at. And maybe these things exist. I don't think they do. I don't think there's a bank account or anything like that. So tithes and offering, I mean, it's a good idea, but without the proper structure, it's just going to make the people trust the government less and less, which would be to our detriment. So before we talk about sending money or anything like that, let's do the foundation part first, and then we go into the other parts where we actually put things in motion. But yeah, the structural work is very important. The government, without the 32 members of parliament, I'm like, it doesn't, the people don't respect it. You know what I mean? Not to say I personally don't respect it, but the way people talk about the parliament is like, without the 32 members, it's not a real parliament, and they don't have the power that they should have. And that's not a disrespect to the parliament members at all. You know what I mean? Give thanks to them that they're trying to do something. But it needs, like I say, I mean, before, like I said before we go any further, it's like that needs to happen. Like we have a parliament reasoning every Sunday. Like one Sunday, it just is like, all right, we pick this person and this person and this person. And, you know, just like make it happen. Like, let's stop. Like the time is sensitive. We don't have forever to get it together. You know, our people need a government. We, Bobo, Shanti, when we look on the videos of the Hill, you know, when King Emmanuel was there, and how orderly it was and how everything looked neat and everything was taken care of and people had jobs, and, you know, not jobs, but they had work to do, and a sense of belonging, a sense of responsibility, and a sense of being needed and all of that stuff. It's like, you don't really have that no more. The love isn't really there. So, I mean, it's a lot of levels, but at the end of the day, I would say the government, like right now, we need the parliament, we need the committee. People need to have, like, this thing needs to have structure and infrastructure and all of those good things, you know what I mean? Otherwise, I mean, to call ourselves a government is like, yeah, it's an idea, an ideal, but without actually like doing it, it's just like you look kind of silly almost. Yeah.
True, my lord. Give thanks. That was supposed to be the last go around, but what we have to do, yeah, that was supposed to be the last go around, but the way that you put down your information there a moment ago, my brother, I think maybe ones may want to say something on what you say before we close it off, because very, very to the point. And once you don't mind, we mention again, coming from the voice of what you call the youth, then, in a sense, in many ways, even fresh to the Congress to a degree. And as age goes in compared to maybe some of us and those above I. And it's obvious that my lord was speaking from the heart there a moment ago. Whether you agree with maybe how he set it forth, this is what the forum is for, really. It's a freedom forum. It's Chalice talk, you know. So, and as a Chalice master there, as far as the building of it, so he talking, and the expression is clear. And you know, there's a saying that the elders know the way, but the youth have the strength. And that is really the connection. That is really how everything would come together. So some very key points, and I fully understand, even the understanding that there is the importance of that structure for us to look upon, which is important. You mentioned about the president, but I'm not sure why. Well, that's something on a different level also as well. But what I'm gathering from, especially, well, from for all the INM, to be honest, what I'm gathering from all the IA, as far as an economic growth, it's as if one shouldn't even think about it if it is not, like, not only in the unity with the Congress, but under the Congress as a government. Because remember how I started, you know, about man building themselves and promoting that, but everyone coming to a level like, hey, you have to check for this government and the structure. One, Prophet Daniel, the structure have to be correct. Prophet Sheldon, man have to penetrate doing this thing in Africa. So there's many different points came in there. We're gonna take one more intermission and we're gonna come and seal up the program here. Blessed Lord. All right, once again, give thanks Blessed love, and of course, you know, we're just going to seal up now. Very hopeful and energetic reasoning, I must say. Give thanks to the brethren for coming through, and I know even on my end, the Sabbath is just looking to step in. So, I just done in the Sabbath long time too. But give thanks for the reason, we touched many different things, you know. We talked about just the general, I would say the general position of our Congress. We heard many different views, obviously. We spoke of our biblical texts and different levels of it, and we also went into our economical state, which within itself, I found that branched off into our, which really where it belongs, our governmental and statical and parliamental state. So it was a very unique conversation that we had here this evening, something that I look forward to again. So, you know, basically we can go around in a what I would call a sealing up reasoning, meaning that, you know, after Russian seal it up, you could just make an evaluation on anything you heard, even if it take a while, you know, it's up to the eye, you know, but it will be like the last word in a sense, and we just come around still, and one still free to ask a question if something is said that they want a clarity. Because if I hear something, I might jump into it. You know? So even coming around, I would start with the Honorable Prophet Ijah. Anything that I want to say, even sealing up. Yeah, Mike, yeah, Joe.
Honorable my Lord and my Lord, blessed love. Yes, Bobo. Jano.
Freedom.
The term government and parliament, you know, me understand how them entity they operate, and we, you know, as a Congress, we don't have that, you know. No disrespect to anyone still, but as a Congress, we do not have that, and we have to be honest and true to ourselves. You know what I mean? Because if we did have a parliament, and if we did have a government, it would be operating. It would be. You see me I say? At present,
just quickly, sorry, another one, but just to add going forward, and anyone can go on it. But wouldn't we admit that there's an attempt then? If we don't see it as, man, that's not the full thing. Wouldn't we say, and when you come, if you want to add to it when you're sealing up, brethren, okay, it's an attempt. You know, 7 priests supposed to be on the altar, but when I go Sabbath service and it's just 4 by and I, it's not even 7 priests in the land here. Man, they say, boy, you can't do this now. It's 7 priests now, this 5-man priest now. We say, nah, man, we go ahead and build. We're going to build pretty soon. New prophets coming around. I just put in that here. You can go through.
Yeah, man. Yeah, we can try, of course, because
right.
The black print is there. You know, the black print is there for us to go by. So we know what to do, but why we're not doing what we're supposed to do, what we know supposed to be done. That is what we have to deal with, because we have the black print, it's there, the guidance is there, we know what to do, but we're not doing it. And you know, for me, for man, you know, if you have a parliament, if you have a government, you know, these things should be operating. And you know, just of recent, see, we say the police in Jamaica went up to the headquarters. Zane and the Honorable Pri Shimron was there, and taking questions from the authorities.
He handled it very mightifully.
Yeah, very well.
That's
you know
for that.
Yes, I. So when we look on that, then is like what we really are going with, because at present we see ourselves in the newspaper in Jamaica against one another. You know what I mean? These people see they are police, they are the law, they go to the court. You know, these people see, and the government of Jamaica know that, you know, we are in a sense kind of at each other's throat with the type of vibration that they see come to the court. Now, we shouldn't be in that position. If we're a government within a government, that the government within a government, we have to go to the government that we are in within a government. It no make no sense. You know what I mean? That it not working. There's nothing there working, because we cannot deal with, all right, that I make a move out I'm physical. See, no, what happened after that? What happened after that now? It's still going around, or it not going around, or it, you know what I mean? So I don't see anything running. Yes, we can attempt to fix it, but we have to fix it. We have to actually fix it. And I mean, there's so much attempt, and if you're just attempting, then you're thinking like, boy, you know, I'm gonna feel then. You know what I mean? It's just do it and do what is to be done.
All right. True, my Lord. True God and King, well, give thanks. Such a clarion call to do what has to be done. But I think I would add still, you know, again, that oh, God bless the youth, man. Praise Emmanuel, yeah. Rastafari. I don't even know which kind they're coming from, but give thanks. But you know, saying this to add again, we would say, because I would say for sure, okay, on the parliament level, since we're speaking on that level here, that okay, King Emmanuel set up certain dignitaries and, you know, certain people in certain positions. Now, time is moving on and generations will pass, and naturally. Okay, so obviously that can't be forever. You don't have to necessarily wait for the demise of someone. We must understand, okay, as I was saying earlier, I would expect that the fact that ones would have gone on, passed on to the different realms, and there's some even still here, but not really with us anymore, just reality. So obviously there's space to fill. I am saying, I say, aren't we as responsible as who we believe are responsible, just as responsible as they are responsible for doing everything that we say that, let's say, the hierarchy is supposed to be doing? You know, you can come back on it if you want, the Prophet Jeff, but I just say that, adding it and moving the conversation around. You want to say a quick thing on that?
Yeah, of course.
Okay, just
yeah,
quick.
you know, it's all about accountability, you know, my lad.
Sure. Okay.
You know,
All right. Okay.
Yeah.
I get that point. I'm gonna make it continue, but you see, as you say that, is as if you open a whole new window, because there is a hierarchy, which I don't think I'm in it for sure. But as you just said that, like I just see accountability. So it's not accountability from me. It's accountability, at least not for that. We all are accountable enough for different things. So I definitely am accountable for different things, but for the discussion that we're having, I get what you're saying there. But continue now.
Yes, my lord. What, should I continue?
Oh, well, no, well, if that's it, that you make the point clear.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Accountable, my
Clear
lord.
point.
Accountable.
Clear point. Clear point. Clear point. Clear point. Yes, sir, Prophet Sheldon. Clear point, man. One word point, eh?
Yes, my lord. Give thanks, man. Yeah, naturally, right. You feel like the wheel stop spin now. Since Emmanuel make a move, the wheel stop spin, my lord. Yeah, the wheel stop spin. So revive and restore. These things are start. The wheel have to spin because look how long, in Trinidad there not the papers towards agitating for certain rights and these things. Emancipation they're coming up. 20th July coming up. It was not all out there, but the parliament, the government within the realms there are the topic of the reasoning that, you know, man need to revive back. But as I say to my lord, it need replacements and it had enough man they already done to replace the thing. Because the foundation and lay already, you know, nothing can stop that foundation. If man don't want to do it, just Almighty will send man to do it. So you don't know who you want. So when you're representing this kind of reason now, and the aim you don't know is to revive back what the Black Christ and set. You know, guys, enough elder man now who was there already, they come and see in this prophecy what Christ written is nothing the Black Christ say. He even said the first shall be last, and the last shall be first. So all these things are looking to. So if the elder man them doing certain things now, and the youths could come and do it now, and even revive back them and them too, spark them back up too. Well, so I know all this platform here, it is sparking and reviving. So I give thanks for every year for enough strength here, my Lord. Because going forward, concerning parliament, the government, my Lord, the wheel stop spin years now, my Lord. It was under an international flow. It's like, you know, and if it was keep spinning now, you find everything but that manifest as natural still. But Java way you do works to it, my Lord. Java way you do thing to it. And him say he could do a new thing too. So in these last days here, my Lord, it just Jed, going forward, Jed, future Bobo Shanti, my Lord, it just to really prepare for the man and he come in, Jed.
Oh,
yeah, my Lord.
I see the IC on a very prophetic level, eh?
Yeah, my Lord. You see, man who know coming now and thing now. Man who know coming and thing now. Man who know coming now and the teachings now. You know, within, you know, a clean and a pure heart now. Because every man get a calling different time and then, you know, and this thing that's spiritual calling. So at the last trump, even though enough man will come to them, at the last trump. It was so even though a man might get full teachings, it's the heart still, you know. So Jah gonna know all his soldiers then. So even though certain things that's in place for man to really build on the teachings, my Lord. When Jah ready, as Emmanuel say, he will call them, my Lord. And not natural, Jah works have to go on, but knowing it a man done certain thing already and done there already and thing, you know, and just leading in place for man to build upon. The man done lay the foundation, just to build upon it now and the come and see no works and really go on to a level then. But it's enough man I see will still carry on the works, because you know, or just be. It's enough man still upholding the flow. But under a universal strength now, the elder man, them, enough parliament man, them, and my interview know nothing them brethren, them, not nothing them brothers and them, but you know, but what Baba say then, like enough man get cold then, but you know, the time and everything, you know, but give thanks for the reason, my love.
True, my love. But I must say though, you on the ground now in a day, but I must say, I mean, the little moment I spend in Trinidad, I find, you know, I mean, I find the warp trees branch whole of strength. Even on them same celebration that 1st of August and them African Liberation Day, and so, you know, man, show up quite heavy in the street, you know, and get that kind of recognition from Prime Minister and different little things. I just talking about what I see, you know.
Yes, my love. Yeah, well, enough man more true, yeah, man, only square and thing. And
I was a while back still too, about that good. 10 years or so. Let's say 10 years.
Yeah, my love. Yeah, my love.
True.
My love. But it's a while now, certain thing already take place still, you know? Yeah,
right,
man.
But as I said, yeah, in the ground, you know, but still blessing to, you know, all them kings, you know, give thanks to Shanti and give thanks to King Kichi said way as well.
Kichi, yeah, my lord. Yeah,
man. Give thanks for such strength, you know. Yes, Prophet Daniel, as we look to seal up, give thanks to the high presence, you know.
Yes, I thought to close, you know, for my part, I would just say, yeah, give thanks for the Black Christ, you know. It's like things that he did and he make it look easy. It's like all of us scrambling trying to do and can't do it yet. 30 years, you know, just about 30 years, and we still ain't pull it together, you know. So, but it doesn't mean we can't do it. You know what I mean? We can do it. We just have to have a level of trust for each other, and we have to have a high level of love for Christ, you know, for the Black Christ, to keep to still be committed even when we try things and we fail. Well, we try things and you know it doesn't bear fruit or whatever. It's like we still got to keep trying, because what's our option? You know, we don't have any option. You just keep trying and trying and trying, and every time it doesn't work, you just go back to the drawing board and, you know, learn your lesson and do it a little bit different. So, you know, at the end of the day, I would say give thanks for everybody who's doing something. Hopefully we can bring it all together more. You know, I would say, like, you know, as far as like choosing a parliament, which I mean is like paramount before mostly anything. I say that the reinstating the parliament is like #1 on the list, because the parliament is supposed to give out the orders, you know. So it's like there could be a meeting scheduled, whether it be everybody or just the priests, just the leading priests. I don't know, whoever, you know what I mean, we deem to be responsible enough and intelligent enough to choose the rest of the parliament, or even just choose a whole new parliament in general, because I mean, maybe some of the ones that's on there might stay, but maybe some need to not. I don't know. You know, I'm not saying yes or no. I'm just saying in general, assess the whole thing, analyze it, and find 32 people or 33, whatever, and fill the thing up, and let's start having some real like protocol. And, you know, I mean, I give thanks, like I said before, they have the Wednesday meeting and the Sunday meeting, but you know, a government is every day, all day, is a full-time responsibility, you know. It's people's lives that's at stake, you know, so it's not a part-time thing. So now, even in order for ones to be full-time committed to working for the parliament, if they don't live on the campground, then they have rent or mortgage or something that they have to pay, and they have bills. So these people need strength. So it's like all the more the structure is needed, because, all right, the way a government, like now, America, for instance, everybody pays taxes, and those taxes go to paying the government officials, the teachers, you know, construction workers, all of that type of stuff, the people that keep the country running. So I ain't saying we need to necessarily tax, but as far as I know, the order of, you know, this Congress is like, even in the broom field, when you go out and sell brooms, you're supposed to come back and give a strength at the gatehouse. So that's a form of like taxation. I mean, it's the offering still. It's not like you have to give a certain percent. You can give more, you can give less, but everybody should be giving. And those donations should be going towards paying the people who we put in place to govern the Congress, and we have to trust them and comply with the programs that they try to set. And you know what I mean? Like, we can't get mad at the government if we don't comply. You know what I mean? If they get all these great ideas and ask people to sign up or volunteer, and you hear crickets when it's time for people to do something, it's like, I mean, you can't be mad at the government, be mad at yourself. So everybody has to have accountability, you know? It's not just the parliament. There's also the need for the committee, you know what I mean? Because reasoning with the elders is like, the committee used to have a certain level of authority and respect in the camp. You know what I mean? Like the way it was expressed to me, when the committee members walk by, you check in your shirt to make sure it's in your pants. You know what I mean? You're checking yourself to make sure that you're principled up and you're good. You know what I mean? You're representing fully. So without those type of things, it's like anything kind of goes, and people can do whatever, and not much progress is going to be made. You know what I mean? So I don't want to talk too long. I could go on.
My Lord.
But it's just like the government aspect is like, I mean, sabbatically, the order is there. You know what I mean? Churchically, the order is there. Whether or not one's partake, I mean, the morning devotion and stuff, you don't have to be a leading priest to have morning devotion in your house. If you can hear the service or participate once or twice and get the flow for how it goes, it's written down, you can do it. You know what I mean? So we can all do that. And I mean, what I was saying before, because you mentioned Prophet Mwambe and his morning devotion and Psalms reading, and I give thanks for that. But what I was talking about more was like an interactive kind of where, you know what I mean, a leading priest would sign up and they don't have to be in any particular place, and they're gonna carry it up for like, you know, it would be like for the week, you know, everybody fill in when they're gonna lead the service and stuff like that. Like certain things you can do. It wouldn't be like in the tabernacle, but it's better than nothing, you know what I mean? And when you were saying that the priest corrected you for having a service, it's like, how could praise and Jah be wrong? Like, I don't care how you're doing it. If you're a Bobo Shanti member and you know how to praise Jah, when is it ever wrong to do it? What format is wrong? Unless if you're following the order, when is it wrong? How you know what I mean? If you're not wrong, you're right. So I would say that's right. I would say any type of thing that we're doing that's good and you know, with the Black Christ as our foundation and our center, you know what I mean, our nucleus, you can't go wrong. You know, you follow Christ, you can't go wrong. So yeah, I'll leave it at that still. Give thanks, my Lord. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, they say the father keep his first Sabbath on the ARCHAEOASTRONOMY. So, I mean, how the show get if man have a nice little house and man can do it again. Yeah, everything is blessed. Yes, Honorable. Let me see. Yes, my Lord, Prophet Sheldon, you can unmute yourself there still, you know. Just you heard the little one giving praises for the hour coming up. So, my Lord and my Lord, give thanks for the item presence. Give thanks for the love. You know, I got the item could take it itself out. If not, I gonna see if I can remove it. But you know, heart of Sabbath and love to each and every one. In the name of the Black Christ, Holy Emmanuel, Selassie, yeah, Rastafari.
My Lord.
Yes, my Lord. Let's see, man. So I definitely give thanks for being in the presence of the mighty prophets at that moment there. That was a wonderful rendition for sure. That was Chalice Talk, myself, the Honorable Prophet Sheldon, and the Honorable Prophet Jeff, Honorable Prophet Daniel. That was nice, very informative. I could imagine the reviews that it will get. But of course, give thanks. The brethren them definitely expressed themselves and shared what they definitely shared what they had on their mind for sure. And that's really what it was all about. You know, that's what it is. It's Chalice Talk. And definitely give thanks again for such. All right, it was a joy, it was a meditation, and definitely was a strength. And give thanks to all those who came through and the meditation that was held, and joy in Mount Zion. And we touched upon the economic aspect of it. It was interesting. I still do say economically that at the same time, as individuals, well, you have to. There's no choice. Whether there's a parliament or not, you have to. As an individual, step up your economic game as much as you can. And this is really from the heart, you know, honestly. This is why we even like the Mind Your Business program. And let me just tell the one Honorable Priest Jakasha, the one Priest Jermaine, I will be getting to the eye, my Lord. As it relates to the Mind Your Business program, that was the whole idea of it, you know, as it comes to us promoting each other on the platforms that we have, you know, no charge or anything. That's like at least one level of contribution towards the establishment and you know of one's business. You have a business, you have a business idea, you have a steady business. Come in and we do an interview right here in the Tiger's Nest and express your business and bring your ad, and we run your ad and everything go through and everything nice. We're looking to expand that too, you know, and run these ads outside of the Mind Your Business program, still of no charge, because that's what it's about. So I do see, personally, I do see that we can expand ourselves individually and our you know, our standards individually. And that's why when we come together and pool our sources together individually, we have something to pull together. So that's why I was pushing promotion and marketing and these different things, you know. But again, this is why these teachings are important. I am telling you, we do not support each other. I know ones who are offended are always offended when I say what I say, but it is the reality. Of course, there are ones amongst I and I that support. But when you look at the, what you call it, the analytics or the statistics, you'll be surprised, you know. I'm telling you, really, when you understand that your own people, those that talk a lot too, you know. As one of our visitors said a moment ago, it's actually sad to actually talk them kind of things. Wow, actually. So we as a people, that's really what it is. We as a people, you know, give thanks. It's not as if there's something wrong. Those who support, those who patronize, those who buy what we have to sell, we are very thankful for them. What are you talking about? And I'm talking about people that stick with I and I throughout the years. Give thanks to them. I ain't gonna be calling no name now because I just call them names sometime. You check it. Stick with I and stick with the knowledge and anything you have to offer, they're ready for it. You understand? Yeah. But I'm saying that amongst our own people, there's not enough of that patronize each other. That's very, very important. It is something that we have to learn that, let's put it that way. I don't know, it's lacking somewhere. Really, even if we can't just, it doesn't mean we don't have the love, but like it's somewhere not in our culture. Trust me, remember the schooling and so is a deadly thing, you know. It's not no easy thing we go through it psychologically. It is as if it's somewhere not in our culture to patronize each other. Trust me. That is why Chinese can come amongst us and become billionaires. That is why Syrians can come amongst us and become billionaires. That's why the people from the Far East can come amongst us. Lebanese and Jordanians can come amongst us and become billionaires. And we have been there on the corner for years before them selling the same thing and still struggling to make the next sale. And yeah, it's reality. Because in our culture, somehow, even on the highest level now, these same Syrians and whoever they are, they're getting concessions from the higher echelons. So, I mean, it's a battle. It is a real battle. So this is why even what the brethren them saying is correct. There's need for a government. The government really is the key. Of course, the government is the key. Yeah, but we all are the government, eh? And that was a very wonderful, a very wonderful reasonment and getting together there that we had a moment ago. Very nice. All right, give thanks. The Sabbath is upon us. Give thanks to the Lord of the Sabbath. And I pray all will stay well with you and yours. Give thanks to the honorable prophets in such a setting with us. Black Christ reigning supreme, in love and majesty. Holy Manuel I, Selassie I, Jah, Rastafari. Sabbath.